Hey guys, Callum coming to you from AO Group, your business automation and DocuWare experts. In the last video I talked about the new features that have been released stealthily by DocuWare and the team. In this video we're going to look at an additional new feature they've released, which is the ability to export a document directly from within the workflow. Let's jump in. So in front of me I have the DocuWare Workflow Designer open. The new feature can be found under Web Services. So if I drag a web service into the workflow, choose any web service that you've got lined up. So I'm going to use the make web service. Go to request. I'm going to make this a post request. And the new feature is here under the HTTP body option. Within here, what we now have is the ability to attach the document to my web service call. So if I click this option, and I can choose now whether to send the document in its original format or as a PDF without annotations. I'm going to choose the original format for this demonstration. Under the route, I'm just going to customize my route to use a make webhook that I set up earlier. If I paste the route in, what you'll see is the first time I go to use this service, I'm going to get an error. I'm getting an error telling me that I don't have a sample file in the requested folder that DocuWare requires. This is a really easy fix. If you browse to that folder, create a new folder called Open API, and then within the Open API folder, if you then create a file by the name that DocuWare is looking for, that will then solve this problem and the posting can then work. So if I paste that file in there, if I now go back to my workflow and send the test request, you'll see I now get an accepted response. How does it work within Make? So what I'm now able to do, if I redetermine my data structure, go back to my DocuWare Workflow Designer and send the test configuration, you'll see again I get an accepted. Within Make itself, you'll see it's now successfully determined the structure of my webhook. So I can click OK there. I can now export my file to a Google Drive, attach the two up, if I select the folder that I want to put it into from the list, now you'll see I can map to a file name and the data. From my webhook, you'll see I have the name option here and I have the data option here. So if I map those two options, click OK, save my configuration. If I now run once, wait for new data, you can see now my webhook is waiting for data to arrive. If I go back to DocuWare, click send, I get an accepted request. In Make, you'll see my job has now run. If I now go into my YouTube folder within my Google Drive, what you can see is that file has now been sent through and has arrived with me. Really simple setup, really easy to do, but incredibly powerful. It now allows us to move those files out of DocuWare natively into signing solutions, into third-party softwares. It gives us a whole host of options as system builders that adds flexibility to what we're doing. Thanks so much for watching.